So this video opens up with our coin notebook, which is at only 44 out of 100, and we're going to spend the rest of this video searching various areas looking for coins. So I had like a document on my computer where I kept track of all the coins that I was searching for, and went through the game facts page on all the coin locations in Endless Ocean, and this was really fun. We're starting off in Gatama Atoll because it's like the first place that we went to in the game, and I don't think there's any real advantage to going at night besides at day, other than just like these glowy spots are more apparent. But like anything that involves like glowy spots and small things, you want to have Oceania. You want to dive with Oceania because the game thinks that like Oceania is like smaller and thus she has better eyesight, and so if you want more zoom modes to appear and more easily, you have to dive with Oceania. So there's our first two coins already, Fornax and Volans, I think. Here we have a sandy spot, which is always a good place to look for coins. I don't know why. Just kind of like, I don't know, it's just more like you'd expect a coin to be on a sandy spot. I don't know. Here's Gatama's navel. Yeah. Don't know why it's called Gatama's navel. Is it like in the center of Gatama Atoll? Also, I have to get used to calling it Atoll, because it's an atoll. But Gatama Atoll, and just... Anyway, this is very, like, just pleasing to see the coin on top of a barrel sponge. It's just very aesthetically pleasing for some irrational reason. And these fish happen to be new creatures. Blue-lashed butterfly fish, but I don't see any blue. I just see yellow with a black spot on it. But anyway, here we are in the Blue Cliff, which is kind of like southwestern Gatama. And these happen to be new creatures. Yellow clownfish and those like blue anemone are very pretty. And another sandy spot. See, I told you that sandy spots were good for, well, it's not a coin, but it's a sea star. That happens to be a new creature. And it would be unbecoming of me to make a SpongeBob reference, but I at least thought of it. But like, I don't know, it's different. It's like Cetus coin, and Cetus means whale, because I've read Moby Dick, and Moby Dick begins with a list of like all the names for whales in different languages, and that is a crazy book. That is like, I don't know, you have to have like a very high IQ. You have to be IQ'd to cue that book. I don't know. It's like if you like reading and just being a nerd, then like, and you have some idea of like how people in the 19th century kind of thought about things. I don't know. There's an elegant firefish. It's pretty. It's purple. Purple is a pretty color. Is it though? Is it really? That's a whole tangent. I don't know. I was reading a very interesting book about the history of colors. I like these. These fish are cherry groupers. They're very pretty. They're also fun to take pictures of. Like, I know that sounds very random. We haven't started doing like stuff with photo requests, and I'm not looking forward to that part of this game, but anyway. This is the lynx coin. Lynx are cool animals. I have a cat at home who's kind of like a lynx because he's a Siberian forest cat. And here we are at Deep Hole at night, and because it's Deep Hole at night, there's going to be a tiger shark kind of prowling the territory and making sure we don't... here's a banded angelfish. That's so cool. I like the black and white kind of punk rock aesthetic, you know. You build the... What's this freaking song by Cake? You turn the screws, you open up the something. Something as it is. It's businesslike. It's 9:30 a.m. and I can't freaking remember the lyrics to songs. I guess it's you turn the screws, you da na 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 na. Flimsy as it is, it's businesslike. Can you hear me? This is John Eric. This is a baby Japanese bullhead shark not long after hatching. The Japanese call them cat sharks. Divers love to find these little ones. They're very popular. The adult sharks are not quite so popular, though. Haha, because they're sharks. Anyway. Yeah. And I had this recorded for a while, but like I was feeling sick for like a week. It started off with just like a little cold that like went to my chest, and so it wasn't much of a drippy like nose cold. And then like I was like, okay, well since my history with asthma, I know this is gonna trigger like a bit more of an asthma kind of thing. And then I had like a few days where asthma got pretty bad. But then like after that, like I felt like pretty tired and everything, but I could still make it to school. I was just feeling drippy and crappy. And I still didn't feel like commentating this, but like I've been feeling pretty fine since yesterday. I have to stay on the inhaler, but I'm feeling pretty fine otherwise. And that was all the coins in Gatama and Atoll. So, next area in the game is the Ciceros Strait, where all the sharks and shipwrecks hang out. It's like the cool kids' house of the game, officially, not officially. And I don't know. I started playing Donkey Kong Country 3 while I was sick, just for like a couple days, and I was like, yo, this game is sick. I mean, like, I always knew it was, but like, dang, it's... And like, figuring out like, if I'm good at that game or not, which like, I guess I'm getting better at it. But like, it has a very understated difficulty. Like, it's still a pretty difficult game. It's just difficult in a more like, kind of like clever, like kind of way, which is a terrible way to describe it, but I always thought like the Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, well, Donkey Kong Country 2, it has like parts that are just like brutally difficult, like a platformer difficult. And I always thought that Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 were kind of like that, but like Donkey Kong Country 3 wasn't that so much. It was just more kind of the gimmicks. And then replaying it, I was like, okay, this game is still kind of technically challenging, but it's just challenging in a really interesting way, which I like. So, we're getting close to the end of this video, and we're at kind of north central, and I can't describe it. And that's the Horologium coin, and that's the last coin. Yay.